Michael, the mission of the Tucson Metro Chamber is to promote a strong local economy, resulting in business growth, ample employment, and improving quality of life for all citizens.
Sounds amazing. Michael Varney, CEO and president of the Chamber, is here with us to tell us how they want to accomplish this. Michael, first, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. And I have to tell you that the four worst words you want to hear when you're a guest on this show is "you're on after Bobby." I just want to let you know that. Tough act to follow.
Tough act to follow. But you are coming on with such a strong message, and we were actually kind of just chit-chatting about the fact that maybe a lot of people don't even know what the Chamber is. So let's maybe start there.
Sure. The mission of a good local Chamber of Commerce is to promote a strong local economy. Our economy here in the Tucson metro area is actually underperforming similarly sized MSAs, metropolitan statistical areas. We produce about $33 billion worth of goods and services a year here in our Tucson metro area, an 11 peer group market of 5 markets bigger than Tucson, 5 markets smaller than Tucson. The average wealth of those communities is $50 billion. So we would almost have to increase our local economy here by almost 50% to get up to average. And what that simply means is that there's fewer dollars circulating in our economy. We have a little higher poverty level than a peer market might have. People don't earn quite as much in the jobs that they have. Some people are unemployed or underemployed. So we work very, very hard to create opportunity here in our community for businesses that are here to thrive and grow and expand. We create opportunity and try to make this a community that companies would want to move to as home goods. The recent announcement about home goods deciding to choose Tucson to build a distribution center. So it's all about creating wealth in our community, getting people who want to work a good job, and lowering our poverty levels.
So in talking about growing our local economy, I know you touched on them quickly in that intro, but tell us some of the challenges that we do face in growing the economy.
And these are challenges that are faced in a lot of cities and a lot of metro areas, not just here, but there's been an overall national decline in the quality of the workforce. We're in a high-tech era right now. It's an information age, and we really need to have, as every community does, an ample supply of qualified workers so that a company that's here that wants to grow and expand has that workforce to do it, or they'll go someplace where they can find that workforce. And a company coming to Tucson obviously is going to be very, very mindful about, can I get qualified employees if I open my doors in your community? So I would say workforce is certainly one of the biggest ones. The interface between the private sector and government is another thing that we're working on. We need to do things that make sure our regulations, our ordinances, our codes and so forth are welcoming to businesses, that it's easy to go into business here, and that a company that chooses to expand or grow or move to Tucson can get their doors open quickly.
So it is very twofold. So what are we doing both to make our workforce stronger here, which in turn will want companies to come here? What is the Chamber doing?
Sure. We're part of an alliance. This is a relatively new project called the Strive Initiative, Strive Together. It's bringing together and aligning all of the educational support resources here in the community, private sector, public sector, existing education resources, and making sure that we take what's called a cradle-to-career approach, so that we're helping young children with pre-K reading, all the way up to helping make sure that grads from our local schools are gainfully employed. So it's a really, really nice program. Again, it's not even really fully off the ground yet, but the Chamber will be a major contributor to that.
And Mike, I'm wondering, Michael, can you tell us about the Community Quality Report Card? Because I think this fits in nicely.
Yeah, Community Quality Report Card is a way to determine how we're doing in 7 key areas. I won't try to list all 7, but we want to make sure that where we have soft spots or blind spots, that we're working to correct those things to upgrade the attractiveness of our community. We want to, as I said earlier, we want to make sure that that a company that's here or a company coming here has an easy time finding all of the resources that they need. Companies that move here are always mindful about the staff that they'll bring with them. Are the schools good schools? Is transportation available? Is the cost of living, cost of housing, all of those things, health services, are all of those things in place in a community? And so the Community Quality Report Card is a study that we did using some wonderful Chamber volunteers to put metrics to all of those things, to measure them and quantify how we're doing. We came out with a report card, and the report card has 21 possible positive scores. Tucson unfortunately scored 10 of the 21. So that's not bad. It's not as good as we need to be. So now we know where we need to work.
Right. And Michael, before we let you go,
Sure.
the Chamber just completed a project, right?
Yeah.
First impression.
Wonderful project.
Can you
Yeah.
touch on that?
Yeah. Anybody that's driven to the airport recently in the last 60 days or so has seen the really, really nice improvements to the landscaping and then the art pieces that are on each of the 6 medians between Valencia and the airport on Tucson Boulevard. That was a project initiated by and operated by the Tucson Metro Chamber with great help from local sponsors.
Well, I've seen it myself.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Well, thank you very much. We're very proud of it.
We will get another opportunity to speak with you
Sure.
in the future. I
Great.
just want to thank you so much for being on the show today.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much.
And to learn more about the Tucson Metro Chamber and find out how they can assist you, just call 792-2250 or log on to TucsonChamber.org.